Hey there, how's everyone doing? We're happy to have you all tuning in from around the world. If you're new here, welcome to the family. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's watch this shocking moment that's happening for the first time. An Iranian missile has hit and set a U.S. military cargo plane on fire at Tel Aviv airport. The plane was reportedly carrying tons of weapons. Let's pause here for this breaking news. The Iranian army has launched around a dozen Qadr and Khaibar missiles toward Tel Aviv. Israel's Channel 2 is reporting that a U.S. cargo plane caught fire in what they're calling an unprecedented escalation as part of Operation True Promise 3. Iranian sources say a precision strike targeted a heavy U.S. military cargo plane while it was parked at Ben Gurion International Airport. The missile used was a long-range cruise missile, type Qadr. According to reports, the plane was loaded with advanced weapons and military equipment believed to be part of the U.S. military aid to Israel. The explosion caused a massive fire that completely destroyed the aircraft, sparking panic around the airport and halting all flights. The blast was heard across wide areas of Tel Aviv, and video footage showed flames and smoke rising from the airport. The Israeli government hasn't released an official statement on the extent of the damage, but inside sources confirm that most of the weapons shipment was destroyed, with possible casualties. Details still unknown. At the same time, Iran's Revolutionary Guard issued a strongly worded statement warning that this strike is just the beginning. They threatened that 10,000 missiles are ready to launch within hours, targeting Israel's entire military, security, and strategic infrastructure, including command centers, air bases, nuclear facilities, and civilian infrastructure supporting the IDF. The statement said this was in direct retaliation for Israel's strikes deep inside Iranian territory. It also warned that any further escalation by Israel or its allies would be met with even harsher responses. This marks the first direct and public attack on U.S. military assets inside Israel, which could potentially push the region toward full-scale war if tensions continue to rise. Now back to breaking news. Iranian missiles have struck the Mossad headquarters deep in Tel Aviv. Channel 12 in Israel is reporting serious injuries among top officials and large sections of the building collapsed. A massive fire has also broken out in a skyscraper reportedly owned by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu after it was hit by a Khaibar missile. Yazara, Allahu Akbar. As part of Operation True Promise 3, Iran launched a precision strike targeting sensitive military and economic sites in Tel Aviv. Sources say a Khaibar missile hit a secret Mossad facility directly, causing a massive fire and destroying large portions of the building. Senior officials were reportedly wounded. In another strike, Iran hit Tel Aviv's tallest skyscraper, allegedly owned by Netanyahu. The attack caused heavy damage to the upper floors and triggered chaos in the area. The Iranian military then announced a new wave of missile strikes aimed at Israel. They said drones and missiles are now hitting Tel Aviv and Haifa. State TV confirmed that Iran's Revolutionary Guard and army have launched a large-scale assault on Israel. According to Fars News, the new attacks include both missiles and drones. The Revolutionary Guard said this was the 9th wave of Operation True Promise 3. And that over the past 72 hours they've carried out 540 drone missions into Israeli territory. They declared they won't let Israel enjoy peace or stability. Meanwhile, Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei posted on X victory from Allah and a near triumph. God willing, Iran will prevail over the Zionist entity. This came shortly after an interview aired in which Israeli PM Netanyahu hinted that Iran's supreme leader could become a target, claiming such an action wouldn't escalate the conflict but would end it. In related news, Iranian drones reportedly destroyed a long-range Israeli defense system, also as part of Operation True Promise 3. A source told Fars that Iran has carried out 550 drone attacks since the start of the operation, all targeting deep Israeli positions. The Iranian army says it has now launched over 800 Khaibar missiles toward Tel Aviv. Channel 2 reports that Tel Aviv's largest commercial tower has collapsed, and 2 nearby skyscrapers caught fire after parts of them also fell due to the attack. Hebrew media confirms that Azrieli Center, one of Israel's top economic and commercial landmarks, was hit directly by Iranian missiles. Field and security sources say that parts of the Moshe Aviv Tower in Ramat Gan and Shalom Meir Tower in central Tel Aviv have also been destroyed, leaving Israel's security system in chaos. Photos shared online show thick smoke rising from the center of the city. The towers that were hit saw massive damage, and ambulances and fire trucks rushed to evacuate the wounded. Nearby buildings were also severely affected. The Israeli army said Iran launched a second wave of missiles toward Israel tonight. Some were intercepted over Tel Aviv and Haifa, but, Israeli media reports say a third missile strike from Iran is expected soon. According to Israeli reports, around 30 missiles were fired at Israel in the latest barrage. Channel 12 said missiles landed in multiple areas across the country. Israeli emergency services reported that missiles hit 3 locations in Haifa, injuring several people and starting a fire. One missile landed near Haifa port, with explosions heard in nearby neighborhoods and even parts of Tel Aviv. The Israeli Army radio confirmed a direct missile hit on a building in eastern Tel Aviv. The newspaper Yedioth Ahronoth reported a direct Iranian missile strike on a building in northern Israel. Israel's fire and rescue services said 2 residential buildings were hit in the coastal region and another in the south. Fires also broke out in the Jerusalem and northern districts. Emergency responders said 15 people were injured in Haifa during the rocket attack, while the Israeli Broadcasting Authority reported 4 injuries in the city and 2 others in southern Israel. Israeli media said 7 buildings in Haifa were damaged and several cars caught fire after an Iranian missile hit the city. Israel Hayom reported that rescue teams believe people may still be trapped under rubble in a building in the north. The Israeli Home Front Command urged everyone to stay in shelters or reinforced rooms. According to Reuters, Iranian state TV reported that Iran's military is advising Israelis to stay away from critical sites. A spokesman for the Iranian armed forces told settlers to leave the occupied territories, saying, "They'll soon be uninhabitable. We have a comprehensive target bank inside the Zionist entity, and we will strike vital points." He added that Iran has already targeted military command centers, decision-making hubs, and homes of Zionist leaders and scientists. He warned Israelis not to let themselves be used as human shields. Israeli media said Iran's missile strikes also targeted a power station in Hadera and the home of Prime Minister Netanyahu in Caesarea, north of Tel Aviv. Channel 12 added that a fire broke out in southern Golan due to interception operations. Earlier missile attacks caused heavy damage in the city of Bat Yam, south of Tel Aviv, which was hit by dozens of rockets. Reports say 7 Israelis were killed and over 200 injured. Now we're seeing breaking footage of massive Iranian missiles hitting Prime Minister Netanyahu's residence in Tel Aviv. There are reports of multiple injuries, possibly including Netanyahu himself. Meanwhile, Iran's Revolutionary Guard announced it has over 100 new missiles ready to fire at Tel Aviv. Iran launched multiple waves of precision missile and drone attacks early this morning, targeting sites in Tel Aviv, Haifa, and other areas, including a major research center. The latest Iranian bombardment has reportedly killed dozens of people and injured over 120, with widespread destruction across central Israel, especially in Tel Aviv. Leaks suggest a large missile may have hit a building where several top Israeli ministers were meeting, possibly including Netanyahu himself. But so far, Israeli media hasn't confirmed the incident. Dozens of homes and buildings were damaged by missile explosions in Bat Yam, and Walla News confirmed fatalities and over 120 injuries in that city this morning. Israeli radio said rescue teams are still searching for trapped people at the missile impact sites. The New York Times reported damage to a major Israeli research facility following the Iranian missile barrage, including a fire that broke out in a lab complex. Yedioth Ahronoth also reported severe damage to the Weizmann Institute of Science in Rehovot,